Good, thank you.
Good. Just wanted to get an update on team news. Anything changed from last week, and any update on some of those players that are out on the pitch?
Raúl Jiménez still out. It's not in contention for the game, and as you know, João is going to be the second game out too. All the other players, they are going to be available.
Lovely. Following on from that Manchester United win, I know you said post-match that your team showed strong resilience and a strong mentality in that game. I guess what were some of the key takeaways from that?
I think as a whole the performance was really, really good. We know that if we are going to play at Old Trafford against in-form Man United team, because they were unbeaten 2024 until now, they were been achieving very good results, and everyone was, if you read or if you pay attention for the prediction from the match, everybody, of course, everyone, even because our away form is not being good. I said here last week that it was not being good enough, our away form. We wanted to improve that, and of course, the predictions was that it's going to be really, really tough for us, and it was tough. But to make the game, the 3 points well deserved, because overall in the game we deserve much more to win that game. And of course, for you to do it, of course you have to be resilient. You have to show the quality that the way we did it. You have to show the person to play at their stadium the way we did it, because we won the game not because we just defend or something like that. We won the game in our way. We won the game to be most of the time dominant away from home against Man United, and of course I'm really pleased for that, and show that was not just a matter of to be resilient. It was much other things in our performance that we have to be really pleased for that.
Lovely. Following on from the game, there was a TikTok released on the social media account, and Eric and Harv made some comments about it after that. So I'm wondering if you've seen those comments and reactions to that.
Okay, I'm aware of everything as you expect. I haven't seen. I'm not a big fan of social media, all that stuff. I'm not following it, but of course, as you expect, I'm aware, and I'm always trying to be aware about everything. Okay, it was a reaction from Ten Hag when a manager defends one football player. I think is a normal situation. If he's one of our players, I'm going to defend them until the last. We all noticed that Ten Hag said that he hasn't seen the post. Okay, he was speaking about one question from a journalist. Okay, probably I don't know. I haven't heard the question. I don't know how the journalist put that question for a manager in that moment. If you come now to say to me that 10 minutes ago any club put something about one player, I'm going to defend my player, even if I haven't seen. That is the situation. Firstly, let's talk about Bruno as well, because he's the captain of Man United. He's a player that I know really well, and he's a top player. He's a top professional. Is what I can say about him. Top quality player and top professional. And you are not a Man United captain if you don't have all the package to be in the same box to be a Man United captain and to be so important player. This is important to tell. And of course, Ten Hag can defend his player. I can understand that. All the other noise around and all that stuff come because he's Man United. And this is my stuff. I understand everything, but this is Man United. Probably if is Marco Silva reacting in one way, probably he's going to be finishing 10 seconds after is what it is. And the second question from this press conference came about one TikTok. I would prefer, sorry to tell you, that comes about our performance, about a win that this football club was the third time, yes, in all the story and all that stuff. But okay, you are here talking about TikTok, is nice. In football, it's a fantastic thing to talk about TikTok in one pre-match conference against Brighton. It's nice.
Okay, moving away from TikTok, I guess to your this match coming up, you mentioned that your away form was so great, but your home form this season has been really good. Yeah. What can you expect from Brighton coming into this game, and I guess the added benefit of playing at home?
Yes, you are in a good moment. You are confident that great reaction from us about after the defeat against Villa, and something that we didn't want. I think that second half we showed that we deserve more, and probably deserve more in that second half against Villa to don't lose that game after the good win against Bournemouth too. And it was a great reaction from us as a team. and now of course we are going to be back at Cottage against a very good side, a time that is not easy to play against. They have something that is against any team in this country, is not going just against us. They have something that to take the ball from the opposition side. They have the capacity to have long moments with the possession. They have the capacity to take some energy from you because they hold really well the ball. They have a certain way to play to do it, and of course it's a game that is going to demand from ourselves the right timings to press. You have to be aggressive, and in some moments, other moments we have to be really in a good organization as well. And it's going to be a great challenge for us at home with our fans behind. Of course, we feel really well. We are stronger that moment, and of course, after a good performance, you want to continue in this way. And of course, just the 3 points, they are in our mind. But huge respect with Brighton, the way they play, the capacity they have, individual players that they have as well. And of course, it's going to be a tough game for us.
Lovely. And just lastly from me, you mentioned obviously during AFCON what a huge miss Callum and Alex-Iwobi were, and obviously we saw them against Manchester United and really how important they are to the squad. I guess how much have they grown since AFCON? How integral are they to this team?
Yes, they are really important players for us. Calvin took his time to adapt again for the English football. He had that spell at Rangers and of course for a different country, and after come back to Premier League to adapt for ourselves as well, and took his time, but is a lot of potential there to work and to develop him as a football player. And Alex, I know really well, it's not the first time that he's with me. I know that he's going to be a really important player for us when we sign him and when we bought him. That is about both. Of course, when the last game that they played before the African Cup was against Arsenal at home, was a great performance from ourselves that we won that game, and nice to see them back in the 11 and a great win for us again. Okay, not just because they score, but the way they can perform, the energy and the dynamic that can give for ourselves, both players, they are really important for us, and just they show again. Yeah.
Lovely, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hi Marco. What did you take from the reverse fixture at Brighton when it ended 1-1 back in October?
Firstly, that was really tough for us. That game is that cliche that you can speak about two completely different halves. First half, almost everything goes to Brighton, and our reaction second half was really, really good, and was a fair and deserved result because they dominate first half, they created chances, and clear our second half was at completely different level. We scored, we have one or two more chances as well. Brighton had their chances too. I think was a fair result in that moment with two different halves. Let's expect for us tomorrow to do in a different way from the first half. If you can, you are going to do our maximum for sure to try to be on the front foot from the first minute.
And what do you make of the job Robert De Zerbi's done? And of course, it's his second season. They're competing in Europe for the first time and then through to the round of 16. Great
job. Great run. He made a huge impact straight away when he came, and you have to be. They were in a good moment when they had that change when Graham Potter left the club, and they were in a very good position. I don't remember what was the position, but we have to be fair with Roberto that he made a huge impact in that club too, and in that football players, the way they play, clear idea to play, really brave idea too, and of course they have that capacity, as I said, about. And the possession, long moments with the possession, that some moments take some energy from the opposition side too. But answer direct to you about his job, he's been great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hi Ruben, and I'll come to you in a second.
Hi.
You mentioned the resilience and the determination at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
If Fulham keep that up consistently, are they a really hard team to beat?
Yes, 100% sure, but football is one of the most important things about consistency. You have to be, if you can be always there and to be consistent performance-wise, the results help always for you to be there. But it's the most difficult thing because you are competing against the other sides that have a lot of quality and they want to win football matches as well. But definitely, if you avoid certain type of mistakes, if you are on really. Focus from the beginning until the last one. If you if you understand really well what the game is demanding from ourselves in each moment, because you can plan everything, the strategy is there, but from the beginning of the game, the opposition side can do slightly something different things. Of course, needs adaptation and quick adaptation from us, and understanding what's happened there, to don't wait for the half time or something like that. Of course, we are going to be tough to play against, because normally we are a really tough team to play. If you are in our best, you are really tough to play against, for sure.
You won the game at Old Trafford without Paulinho. How sort of satisfying is that for you as a manager to see your other players step up?
Yes, it's not just without Paulinho, because I heard many things about the absence of this team or the other. Sometimes the people forget ourselves. We won there without João, without William, and without Raúl. Probably if you look for our season so far, Raúl and William, they are probably two of the most important players in our attacking line. And of course, when you miss João, is always really important. It's not just one player. We're talking about three really important players for us that they didn't play. But as I said last week here, I said when Raúl got injured as well, it's always an opportunity for the other to step in and show the quality. And Saša Lukic did it in a very good way, really. Like the others that they have been playing in the positions, like Alex came for the position of William as well, and he did really well and scored the winner, and it's really important for him as well. Great performance from us, well deserved 3 points.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Emma, just to finish off the broadcast, we'll finish with Emma.
Okay. On that note, actually, another bit of social media you might not have seen is the players here being asked who the man of the match was for Fulham at Old Trafford, and they didn't all name the same player. Do you agree that there wasn't one man of the match at Old Trafford? It was very much a team performance?
Yeah, it was a team performance, 100% sure. It was a team performance. And these are the things that normally happen with us when you perform really well or achieve very good results. I'm delighted to feel that he's in the way, because for me it's much more important the whole than just one or two players, even if in some moments we know that the individual moment is going to be decisive. Of course, as a whole was important, but after, for example, if Adama doesn't have that moment, that great counter-attack, it's going to be tough for us to have that chance. But as a whole, our performance was really good. And probably, I'm not going that direction, but if you ask me, or if you ask for all of us in this room, each one is going to have his own opinion, and probably we are going to mention 5-6 different players. That is a good sign. It's a sign that the team performed really well as a whole.
Because you mentioned the players that were missing. How important is it as a manager that you're not reliant on individuals? Yes,
and we of course us and even the best team in the world, or the best teams in the world, if they have all the players available, they are stronger. With their best players and better players, they are much stronger. But of course, you don't want to rely just on one player. It's not the way I see that. That is not the way I look for that. I'm always the first one to come here to say, to don't try to find excuses. Okay, the reality is that we need all of them ready, because we are going to be stronger in that way. But if they aren't, I have to find solutions for what we need for the match. Is what I'm here to doing, and it's a good thing that show that we have our group is short in terms of numbers. Okay, you don't have a big squad really, but of course we are really competitive. The players, they fight for their position. Everyone knows what they should do in each position, and of course it's nice to see when players they come in and they perform in the way most of them they did it.
One player who's been taking that opportunity recently is Rodrigo Muniz, and if he scores against Brighton, he will have scored in 4 consecutive home games for Fulham, and that's the first time a Fulham player will have done that since 2003. Do you think he can do that? Do you think he's sort of in the kind of form where he maybe could achieve that?
If I think that our striker can score a goal in a match day, yes, 100% sure. And if Rodrigo is going to start the game, 100% sure that I believe that he can score. I believe always in my players that they can do the right things, and of course from a striker we can always expect that he can score. But it depends from the way you are going to play. If you can provide for him what is important to score, if you create the chances for him to score too. But I agree with you, he's in a great moment. He have had a great week. Was a great week for him. The way he works, the way he's been working, the way he did again this week as a whole, the way he's been preparing himself. he's improving step by step, day by day. You can see better things from him, and is a very good sign that he's in a good level right now. But you can see that he's a big room still to improve, and he has the potential to work with and to keep developing him. And I'm really pleased for that. But yes, he's in a great moment. He's helping the team, and I'm really pleased for the week that I saw him training this in the way he trained this week. Not just him, I have to mention as well Armando Broja, because both they have had a very good week, and it's a good sign for us. It's a good thing.
And finally for me, I know mathematically you're not safe, but you must feel that Fulham are going to be a Premier League team again next season, and that's got to be sort of when you start thinking about, I guess, the next things you want to achieve, what your other ambitions are in terms of this season and next.
Yes, you have many things to keep fighting for and to achieve. Was not always. It's not something that I have always in my mind. Of course, I know the points that we have. I know the position we are, as you expect. But I want always more. I'm always demanding more from everybody in this football club, not just from the players, from myself first of all, my staff, and all the people around me. And you have many things to do it still. We want to improve our first round. Definitely, we want to improve our way form. As I said to you some of you last few weeks here in the press conference, pre-match conference as well, and we want to keep fighting for the points that can make us to climb on the table, definitely. And each 3 points that are there for us to fight, we are going to give our maximum.
Thank you.
Thanks, Emma. That's the broadcast section. If we can turn the camera.